Good day everyone, we are from Group 8 and today our group will be presenting on Article 8 of the Federal Constitution which guarantees equality before the law and equal protection of the law. Article 8 is one of the most important fundamental liberties in Malaysia because it reflects the principle of fairness in the legal system. It ensures that individuals are not treated unfairly or discriminated against without valid justification. This presentation will focus on how Malaysia courts interpret Article 8, especially in relation to equality and discrimination. We will look at how the courts apply Article 8 in real cases rather than just its wording. We will look at how the courts apply Article 8 in real cases rather than just its wording. Specifically, we will discuss Article 8.1 and Article 8.2 supported by two cases. Datuk Harun bin Haji Idris versus Public Prosecutor and Pengurusan Dana Harta Nasional Berhad versus Yong Wan Hai. Through these cases, we will show that Article 8 promotes fairness but does not always require identical treatment in every situation.
Article 8.1 Equality before the law. Article 8.1 of the Federal Constitution states that all persons are equal before the law and entitled to equal protection of the law. At first glance, this sounds like everyone must be treated exactly the same. However, Malaysian courts have explained that this does not mean absolute equality. Instead, Article 8.1 focuses on fairness. People who are in the same situation should be treated the same, but people who are in different situations may be treated differently as long as the difference is reasonable. This idea is known as the principle of reasonable classification. It means the law is allowed to divide people into different groups, but only if two conditions are fulfilled. First, the classification must be based on an intelligible or logical difference. This means there must be a clear reason why one group is treated differently from another. Second, the difference must have a rational connection to the purpose of the law. In other words, the classification must help the law achieve its objectives and must not be arbitrary. For example, the law treats children differently from adults and does not violate Article 8.1 because children need more protection. Similarly, certain laws give special treatment to specific groups for valid reasons. They show that equality under Article 8.1 does not mean treating everyone the same, but treating people fairly according to their circumstances. In conclusion, Article 8.1 ensures justice and fairness by allowing reasonable distinction while still protecting everyone equally under the law.
The case of Datuk Harun bin Haji Idris versus Public Prosecutor is one of the most important cases interpreting Article 8. This case involved Datuk Harun Idris, who was the Menteri Besar of Selangor at that time. He was charged with corruption-related offences, mainly for abusing his position as a public officer and receiving benefits connected to his official duties. Because he was a powerful political leader, this case received a lot of public attention. The main issue in this case was whether someone holding a high-ranking political position could be prosecuted and punished under the law. The question was whether his status gave him any special protection or immunity from criminal liability. The court held that no one is above the law, regardless of their rank or position. The law applies equally to everyone. After reviewing the evidence, the court found that Datuk Harun Idris had misused his official position for personal gain. His defense based on his status was rejected. As a result, the court upheld his conviction. The case clearly shows that public office is a position of trust, and abusing that trust is a serious offense. This case is important because it reinforces the principle of equality before the law, often linked to Article 8 of the Federal Constitution. It proves that even powerful public officials can be held accountable for their actions.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Ain Faika binti Fauzi Ilyas Fauzi. I will explain about Article 8.2, that is Prohibition of Discrimination. Article 8.2 of the Federal Constitution strengthens the principle of equality by specifically prohibiting discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, descent, place of birth, and gender. This means that the law does not just guarantee equality in general, but also actively protects individuals from unfair treatment based on these personal characteristics. This provision is mainly directed at state action, which includes actions taken by the government, public authorities, and public institutions. For example, the government cannot deny a person access to public employment, education, license, or government services simply because of their race, religion, or gender. In this way, Article 8.2 plays an important role in ensuring fairness within the public sector. However, it is important to note that Article 8.2 generally does not apply directly to private individuals or private companies. This means that disputes involving private employment, business contract, or personal arrangement usually fall outside the direct scope of this article unless there is specific legislation regulating such conduct. This limitation shows that constitutional protection mainly control the power of the state, not private relationships. Malaysian courts have also clarified that not every form of differentiation amounts to unconstitutional discrimination. The state is allowed to make distinction if there is a legitimate, objective, and reasonable justification. For example, certain policies may treat groups differently to achieve social balance, administrative efficiency, or public interest as long as they are not arbitrary or oppressive. In addition, Article 8.2 must be read together with other constitutional provisions such as Article 153, which allows special position for certain groups. This shows that equality under the Constitution is not absolute but carefully balanced. Therefore, Article 8.2 promotes fairness and non-discrimination while still allowing the government enough flexibility to govern effectively. It reflects a balance between protecting individual rights and meeting the practical needs of governance in the diverse society.
Hi everyone, I'm Sankavi, daughter of Mutaya. I will explain the second case, Dana Hatas versus Yong Wan Hoi. This case about Article 8, whether the government can treat some people differently in special situations. This case happened after the 1997 financial crisis when many people could not pay bank loans. Because of this problem, the government created Dana Hata bank loans and protect the country's economy. This case, Dana Hata saw the defendant of under the law. The defendant argued This law was unfair and discriminatory under Article 8 because they were treated differently from other borrowers. However, the court did not agree with them. The court said that Article 8 does not mean everyone must be treated the same in all situations. The court explained that all borrowers were in the same situation, which means they had failed loans during an economic crisis. Because of that, the law was allowed to treat them as a group. The different treatment had a clear reason, which was to solve the economic problem quickly and protect the country's financial system. So the court decided that there was no violation of Article 8 because the law was reasonable and applied fairly within the group.
When we analyze both cases together, it becomes clear that Malaysian courts interpret Article 8 in a balanced and realistic manner. Article 8 doesn't guarantee absolute equality. Instead, it ensures fairness by preventing arbitrary and unjust discrimination. In Harun Idris, Article 8 reinforced the principle that no individual is above the law. In Dana Harta, Article 8 allows reasonable classification to protect public and also economic interests. This shows that Malaysian courts carefully balance individual rights with broader societal needs. And in conclusion, Article 8 remains a crucial constitutional safeguard. It promotes equality, fairness and accountability while allowing flexibility to address real-world challenges. Thank you.